not the original building. This is a replica that was built of the original schoolhouse. Built in 1899, south of the river, down south on what is now Andrews Avenue at about southwest 5th Street, about a block north of the double-decker Publix down there, if you're familiar with that is. Okay. Built in 1899. Ed King, the builder, had 4 children of his own. Decided they needed a school, got the Dade County Board of Education to agree. They gave him $70 to buy wood, which actually is equates to about $2,000 today. Bought the wood, he and local townspeople built it. We believe out of Dade County pine. We're not sure what the roof was. It may have been tin, as you were asking, or it might have been cedar shingles. We're really not sure. One-room schoolhouse, about 20 by 30 square feet. He then got them to assign a teacher to come here, a young 18-year-old girl named Ivy Julia Cromartie, who lived in Lemon City, which is North Miami, with her father and her 5 siblings. She actually were 12 children in the family, but every other one of them died. There were only about 6 of them at that point. She had just qualified for her teaching. She scored the highest on the teaching exam in the state of Florida at that time, and they assigned her to come here. She lived with the King family, whose house was over in what is now Rio Vista, and they paid her $40 a month, which was a little less than $1,000, or a little more actually than $1,000 a month that she made. Out of that $40, she paid King $15 a month room and board, kept a few dollars for herself for whatever she needed or to buy, which wouldn't have been much to buy. And the rest she would send back to her father and her family in Lemon City. And to do that, she had to come across the river and go to the trading post run by Frank Stranahan. We'll talk a little about him in a minute. Frank Stranahan was twice her age. He was 35, she was 18, but he was smitten, convinced her to marry him, and she did. So she only taught for 1 year, because after Mary Stranahan, that was the end of her teaching career. She was going to help him in his various businesses. Some places, if women got married, they weren't allowed to teach anymore. We're not really sure if that was the case here or not. Whatever reason, she probably would have stopped anyway, because her life changed rather dramatically when she married Stranahan. Stranahan had come here around 1893. He was from Cincinnati originally. Came down here because a cousin of his, also from Cincinnati, named Guy Metcalf, who was running a bunch of businesses up in Melbourne, had come down here to set up a stagecoach line on a new gravel road that had been built in 1893, running from Lantana near Palm Beach to Lemon City in North Miami, about a mile east of here on the coastal ridge, right along where Victoria Park Road is, if you're familiar with that. Stranahan came down here because Metcalf needed 2 things to make his stagecoach success. He needed a ferry service to get his people across the river, and he needed a tented camp where they could stay overnight. And those are the 2 things that Stranahan was doing. In time, he started a trading post where his tented camp was located. He began open relations with Seminole Indians again for the first time, began trading with them. They would come down out of the Everglades, they dug out food, they'd bring pelts, bird fleas and things to trade, and he would pay them in U.S. currency, and then they would buy calico, canned goods, tools, whatever they needed. They'd bring their whole families, they'd stay on his property, and then after they got all through trading, they'd go back up into the area. So, by the 19th
Friendlier time.
Much friendlier times, and largely due to the Stranahan. In fact, Ivy would teach some of the children while they were here. But by the 1920s, Stranahan was a leading political and business figure in the town. But he was very seriously hurt financially, as were most people, by the 1926 hurricane. By 1929, it's believed that he was suffering from prostate cancer. One night, after going out for a drive with his wife in their car, came back to the house, tied an iron grate through his leg, and rolled off the dock instead of his house and committed suicide. It was actually the deepest part of the river. People actually saw him go in, and it took them days to find him, but the water was Ivy survived, though. In fact, she really survived. She lived till 1971. She lived to be 90 years old, still living in this house. And kind of became First Lady of Fort Lauderdale. She founded the Women's Club, the local Audubon Society, the Red Cross chapter, the Red Cross. She was important in getting the Seminoles on the reservation, which was considered the right thing to do at the time. She was a leader in women's suffrage as well. An important woman in Fort Lauderdale, lived to be, as I said, 90 years old. And in fact, this reconstruction, there's only a couple of pictures of the exterior that survived. Reconstruction was able to be done in part because of her own recollection of what it originally looked like. All right, so we're going to keep going.